Okay, where are we? We finished this one, no? Till which slide we finished yesterday?
Slide number 11.
Okay,
Sir, it's after
slides
you
11,
told us
I
to do
think.
until 11, sir.
11. Okay, slide 11. This was finished now. You got it now, answer? Or we have to discuss this one?
Sir, 11th one we had to discuss.
Sir, we
Until
We
have to
had
10
to.
we
discuss 11.
finished.
Okay. So till 10 we have finished now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he's saying S is some set of some complex numbers. Okay. What are these complex numbers? These are complex numbers such that this by this is actually real. Okay. What all x plus I ways will make this ratio real? That is the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, alpha minus 13 by 11i belongs to S, right? What does that mean? If we substitute this one here, we should get a real number, right? Okay. If
Okay,
we
sir.
substitute this one in this, we should get a real number. We will get some condition, right? In some condition basis that we have to figure out what exactly can alpha be. Right now?
Right, sir.
Agreed. If you substitute this one here, but if you substitute that one, that becomes little lengthy, right? So that's why what we are trying to do here. This one, we are trying to write it like this. Okay. So basically, we are trying to do this is kind of this one divided by this one, right? So this is kind of we are trying to get this in proper fraction, right? Highest power in numerator is lesser than denominator, right? Right now.
Right, sir.
Okay. So for example, this part is clear now. How he has written this? Clear, ma?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think this is actually 3. There is a typo here. Okay. There's a typo here. Okay. Now z equals to alpha minus 13 by 11a. What does that mean? Z equals to 11 alpha minus z equals to 11 alpha minus 13i by 11, or 11z equals to this one, right? Right. 11z equals to 11 alpha minus 13i. If you multiply with I, because why? Because we want this one, right? 11iz equals to 11I alpha minus 13 into I square, which is equals to 13 into minus 1. That's why we have got this. Understood from this? Agree, Amma?
Agreed, sir.
Which means 11iz minus 13 will become 11I alpha, right? So 11I alpha by this expression is what we have got, right? This given
Hmm.
expression, this given expression is this one. Agreed? This given expression we are trying to simplify using this, and we have got this one. Right. Now, what does this mean? This one is completely real. What does that mean? If this one is imaginary, this one is also has to be completely imaginary, right? The denominator should turn out to be something like 4i or 10i or something. Then I and I will cancel, and this ratio will become real. Understood? Agree, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this one has to be completely imaginary. Okay, we'll take z as alpha minus 13 by 11a and substitute here. This one has to be completely imaginary. Then what will happen to alpha is the question, right? This one has to be completely imaginary. We'll expand this and we'll gather the real part and we'll gather the imaginary part, and real part should be equal to 0, right? If you expand this. Alpha is anyway real, right? Alpha is anyway real. So if you expand this, we'll gather the real part and make it equal to 0. Then we'll get what exactly is alpha square. Understood? You got the idea now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you quickly finish this one? Take 2 minutes and try to finish this yourself. Okay? And see whether you are getting this answer, 1680 or not. Clear, no? This one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Shreyas, you also clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay, very good.
Sir, how did we make z square plus 8iz minus 15 by z square minus 3iz minus 2 as
Okay, so
1 plus 11iz minus 13
this one,
by
no? So we want to
yeah.
express this in terms of this. Okay, so z square is z square. This 8iz, we can write it as plus 11iz minus 3iz, right?
Hmm.
Okay, because minus 3. And this minus 15, we can write it as minus 2 minus 13, right?
Hmm.
So basically z square minus 3iz minus 2 plus 11iz minus 13 whole of this by z square minus 3iz minus 2, right? So this part is
Yeah.
1 plus this by this. That is what is this. Okay, ma?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we just modified this. And why you are trying to modify this? Because 11iz minus 13, there is 11 and 13. We are trying to get in this format. Okay, to use this 11 and 13. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
నువ్వు ఇక్కడ ఉండు అబ్బా.
Sir, can you show the answer once?
1680.
Sir, once again, sir, I'm still doing.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See here, omega is some complex number, right? Z dash plus k1 into z plus k2 into iz plus lambda into 1 plus I something something. Okay, ma? If we take z as x plus iy, this all will turn out to be some complex number, right?
Hmm.
Now, k1, k2 belongs to R and real of this omega equals to 0 is a circle of radius 1 in the first quadrant touching the line y equals to 1, right? Okay, the line y
Yes,
equals to
sir.
1 is what? That is this line, right? Line y equals to 1. And radius is 1. Okay, radius 1 means automatically the circle should, and radius equals to 1, that circle should touch y axis also. Okay, now tell me the circle should be below this or above this? Below this line or above this line? By reading this statement. Circle of radius 1 in the first quadrant and it should touch line y equals to 1. Can it be below this line?
No.
It cannot be below this line. Why? Because then if it is radius 1, then it will go below the x-axis, right? It will not remain in quadrant 1, right?
Hmm.
Agree, ma? Radius 1, it
Yes,
cannot be
sir.
below this line. So radius 1 means if it has to touch this line, it has to be above this line. Right. And this should be the center. Agree? It has to touch this y-axis also. It has to touch this line also. So obviously, what should be the center? This distance should be 1. And this distance should be 1. So total, this point should be, center should be 1, comma 2. Agree, ma?
Agreed, sir.
Agreed. And what is the equation of the circle? X minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equals to 1. Right? That should be
Yes,
the
sir.
equation of the circle, right? Agreed. This
Yes, sir.
circle. Okay. Now, what exactly is saying? Real of omega equals to 0. This one, if you simplify, right? Z into z dash, that is x square plus y square, plus k1 into x1, x plus iy1, and k2 into I into z. If you simplify all of this and you take the real part, you will get this. Agree? You try doing it. Okay. Then, if this is the equation of this circle, obviously, if this is the equation, the center is 1 comma 2. What does that mean? Minus k1 by 2 and k2 by 2 should be equal to 1 comma 2, right? You know the circle center formula, right? Minus g by 2 minus f by 2, right? First year you would have done. Agree, ma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what does that mean? We figured out what is k1, what is k2. Agree?
Hmm.
Okay. Now the curve imaginary part of this omega. Okay, real part we have picked. We'll similarly pick the imaginary part. Okay. Imaginary part if you pick from here, you will actually get this. Okay. And what is saying? Imaginary imaginary part of omega should be equal to 0. That means this is a straight line, right?
Hmm.
Agreed. Here we figured out lambda also. Okay, how did we figure out? Because radius of the circle we know, we figured out what is lambda, right? And imaginary part we figured out. So this is the equation of a straight line. So this is a straight line, this is a circle, and this straight line is touching the circle at 2 points A and B. What is this line? This line is actually touching this points A and B. Then what is the length of the chord of this one? Right? Length of the chord and square of the length of the chord into 30 is what he is asking. If there is a circle, if there is a straight line, how will you find length of the chord? You know the circle, you know the center, right? You know the radius. Okay, and you know the perpendicular distance, right? This square minus this square will give you this square, right? From a point to a line, you know the perpendicular distance, no? Once you know this, the total line is actually double of this one. Agree, ma?
Agreed, sir.
Agreed. So, r square minus d square, if d is the perpendicular distance, then square root of that is this. 2 times of r square minus d square will give you the length of the chord. Okay. Understood?
Hmm.
Okay, so first we have to simplify this. Okay, we have to simplify this. Something plus some we have to simplify this into some real plus some complex number, right? then real part of this thing should be equal to 0. That means that should be equation of this circle. This circle, whatever, x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equals to 1. That and this equation, if you compare, you will get what is x, what is k1, what is k2, and what is lambda. Okay. Similarly,
Okay, sir.
imaginary part of omega if equals to 0, if you make this out, you will get a straight line. Okay. Now you got the straight line, you got the circle. Rest all is straightforward. Agree, Amma? Just finish
So
this.
this one is mix of conic sections and
Yes,
then
yes, exactly, exactly. You need
complex
to know
numbers.
complex numbers also. You need to know straight lines also. You need to know circles also, right? So you should know all three basically. You should know how to write equation of circle, center, radius, right? At the same time, you should
Hmm.
know point to line perpendicular distance. And the third one, you should know what exactly is real and imaginary of complex numbers. Okay, all small, small concepts only, but still you need to know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and earlier also we have seen these kind of problems. So, for example, here this is trigonometric equations and complex numbers, right? You need to know what are the general solutions and all, right? Agree?
Yes, sir.
In this one, I think this one is more about solving equations. That is fine. That is fine. I think we have seen somewhere binomial theorem also. Okay, this is again more about quadratic equations, complex numbers and quadratic equations. Right. So JEE, you will find these kind of questions where you need concepts from multiple chapters. Okay, this question is that's why it's actually a good question. Where is this? This one. In fact, this itself is a good problem. I mean, finding the length of chord itself is a good enough problem. For a given a circle, given a straight line, finding the length of the chord itself is a standalone problem, right?
Hmm.
That itself is a good enough problem. But here they have actually mixed three concepts. Okay, just try finishing this one. Done, ma?
Yes, sir.
Shreyas, you also done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. See here, z is a complex number. Number of common roots of this equation, this and this. Okay? Okay. So now just by looking at this, so you have theory of equations, ma? Cubic equations, how to solve and all. Do you have this? In our boards, have you done this kind of equations? So for example, x cube. Do you know how to solve this kind of equations? X cube plus 2x square plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0. Okay. So here,
Okay.
if you see, the sum of coefficients of odd powers and even powers are same. Okay. This is 1 plus 2 and this is 2 plus 1.
Okay, sir.
That means x equals to minus 1 should be a solution. Right. Because if you substitute x equals to minus 1, this will become minus 1 plus 2 minus 2 plus 1. Right. This should be equal to 0. Right. If you substitute x equals to minus 1. Agreed? So x equal to minus 1 is a solution. Right. Or z
Sir, we
equals
didn't
to.
learn
Yes,
this
sir.
yet.
Understood? This part is clear, ma?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now do you know how to do polynomial division, no? So for example, synthetic division, what you do, x equals to minus 1 is a solution. Then you can actually factor this as x plus 1 into something should be equal to this thing, right? Or z plus 1 into something should be equal to this thing, right? This should be a quadratic equation, right? We have to
Yes,
figure
sir.
out what exactly is that quadratic equation. So we'll do synthetic division. 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay. Uh, we are actually doing minus 1, right?
Hmm.
1 into minus 1 is minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, and this is 0. So what does it mean? X plus 1 into x square plus x plus 1 is should be equal to this thing, right? X square, sorry, x cube plus 2x square plus 2x plus 1. Understood? We have done synthetic division here. Okay, ma?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this expression we are able to break it like this. Agreed? Now, what is this one? You know, this one, just by looking at this here we are talking about cubic roots of unity, cube roots of unity, right? 1 plus omega square equals to 0, right?
Hmm.
This one is directly cube
Yes,
roots
sir.
of unity, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, so obviously what does that mean? Z should be omega and omega square. So here Z is satisfying omega and omega square, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so this has got three roots. What are the three roots? One is minus 1 and second one is omega, third one is omega square. Okay, now we'll just go and check in this thing of these three roots, which one of them will satisfy. Will minus 1 satisfy? Will omega satisfy? Will omega square satisfy this? Right. Minus 1 power 1985 and this one, this is plus 1, this is plus 1, 2 minus 1, it will not be 0. So minus 1 is not satisfying, right? Similarly, we'll try omega power 1985 plus omega power 100 plus 1. This is getting equal to 0. You can try omega power omega square also. So that also will satisfy. So that's why we have two common roots. Which roots? Omega and omega square. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. See this one, next one. Alpha satisfies this equation. Again, what does that mean? This one, what is alpha? Alpha should be omega and omega square, right?
Yes,
Agree,
sir.
ma? And 1 plus omega whole power 7 equals to this thing, right? Whole power 7 equals to this thing. Then what exactly is 5 into 3a minus 2b minus c? Okay, 1 plus omega square is 0, right?
Hmm.
1 plus omega square is 0. And alpha is either omega or omega square. What does that mean? 1 plus omega is minus omega square, right? Minus omega square whole power 7 equals to this thing, right? Right. That means minus omega power 14, which is nothing but minus omega square, right?
Yeah.
Okay, minus omega square, either you will write it as 1 plus omega or directly compare this. Minus omega square equals to this thing. So that means this is minus omega square. A is 0, B is 0, C is minus 1, right? So 5 into 0 minus 0 and C is minus 1. So this is plus 1. 5 into 1 plus 5 is the answer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Clear now? This one? Both are clear? Shares clear? Shares, can you hear me? Okay. See this one? Complex number by complex number. This is equal to what? You can directly do, right? You will multiply this with
Hmm.
its conjugate. You simplify this, you will get one of this. Right, Nama?
Yes, sir.
Okay, straightforward now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this one. Z equals to alpha plus I beta and mod of Z plus 2 equals to Z plus 4 into 1 plus I, whatever. Then alpha plus beta and alpha beta are roots of this. What is this equation? Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if you closely observe this one, this part is a real number, right?
Hmm.
Agreed? And this part is a complex number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what does that mean? Z plus 4i is a real number, right? This is
Yeah.
what he's saying, right? Z plus 4i plus 4 is a real number. What does that mean? Z should be of the format x minus 4i only, right? Then only this 4a and this 4a will get cancelled. You will get a real number, right? If Z is something else,
Yes,
it
sir.
cannot be a real number. Agree, ma?
Agreed, sir.
Agreed. Now you take Z as x minus 4a. Okay, x minus 4a, and what will this become? This becomes square root of x square plus 4 square, right?
Hmm.
Sorry, z plus 2 is x plus 2 minus 4a, right? Square root of this
Yeah.
square plus 4 square. And similarly, that should be equal to whatever you expand is. You will get some equation in terms of x, right?
Hmm.
Okay, some equation in terms of x and whatever, then you will be able to figure out what is exactly that x. Then beta is already figured out. What is beta? Beta is minus 4, right?
Yeah.
And x you will figure out, and you will call this alpha, and then you will find out what exactly is the equation. Can you try this? Try this and tell me whether you are getting this equation or not. Shreyas, clear ma?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Try this and tell me. One solution we already figured out. Amma, were you able to try some other questions yesterday? Any PYQs apart from these? Did you get time?
Sir, I didn't get time, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
no
even I
problem.
didn't get time.
Okay, cool. You looked at these questions, no? At least try to
Yes, sir.
do, at least relook at these questions, whatever we have done. Okay, ma?
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Shreyas, what about you? Which
Yes, sir,
which one?
done.
Which one you got?
Sir, x square plus 3x minus 4 equal to 0.
Sir, option 4.
It should be option two. What is alpha?
Sir, I got alpha as 1.
Alpha is one. Alpha is one. Okay, okay. So you would have
Beta
done
is
it for
minus.
alpha and beta. Here I asked for alpha plus beta and alpha beta. The equation is not for alpha and beta. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The equation, quadratic equation is asking for alpha plus beta. That is 1 minus 1 plus minus 4. That is minus 3, no?
Yes, sir.
Minus 3 and minus 4. This is for this you have to create. Okay, ma?
Okay, sir.
I think you would have created for 1 and minus 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Just think about this. Read this and just think about it. What exactly will you do? I'm just coming in a minute.
Sure, sir.
Yes, ma. Tell me what exactly is this about? You got any idea?
So it tells anti-clockwise rotation and then clockwise.
Hmm. So what is anti-clockwise rotation? Okay. So okay now um, when you are multiplying two complex numbers, okay. So let's say first let us discuss a bit about two complex numbers multiplication. Let's say we are multiplying two complex numbers. This is Z1 and this is Z2. Okay, ma? Okay. So let's say Z1's length of we'll talk in polar coordinates. Okay. Z1's length is 3 and this angle is let's say 30 degrees. Okay. Z2's length is 4 and this angle is let's say 40 degrees. Okay. Understood? This is length 3,
Yes, sir.
30 degrees. This is length 4, 40 degrees. Now this is Z1, this is Z2. Z1, Z2 will become a third complex number whose length is 3 times 4, 12. Okay. And whose angle is 30 plus 40, which is 70 degrees. Okay. So Z3 would be something very big like this. Understood? Which is
Yes, sir.
whose length is 12 units. And what is the angle? This 30 plus this 40. Understood?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir, understood.
Understood, no? So whatever is Z1, so what does this mean? Z1 is multiplied. If you have to look at this way, Z1 is multiplied with Z1's magnitude is multiplied with Z2's magnitude. Okay. And Z1's angle is added to Z2's angle. Right?
Hmm.
Agree, Amma? Agree. So what does that
Yes, sir.
mean? If Z1's angle is theta and Z2's angle is 30, Z1, Z2 will become how much? Theta plus 30 angle, right? Whatever is the theta,
Yeah.
right? Whatever is the theta, theta plus 30.
Yes, sir.
Agreed. Agreed. Now, by the same logic, okay, if there
Agreed,
is a
sir.
complex number, there is a complex number Z1, okay? and this is rotated right angle in the anti-clockwise direction, right? Let's say this is a
Yeah.
new complex number. Z1 is rotated, you got Z2, right? What W, so instead of
Right, sir.
Z1 is rotated, you are getting W1. Let's call it W1 only. Okay, this is W1. Okay, okay. Now, if you are rotating this one, okay, if you are rotating this one, that means W1's magnitude will not change, right? This length will still, if this is 4, this is also will be 4, right? Because you are rotating this one only. Agree, Emma?
Agreed, sir.
Okay, so if Z1, if I
Yes,
call it
sir.
as 4 comma theta, W1 would be 4 comma theta plus 90, right? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4 comma theta plus 90 only, right? Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what does that mean? There is a complex number 4 comma theta. Okay, and that means Z1 is multiplied by Z1 is multiplied. Let's say Z1 is multiplied by some Z2. What exactly is that Z2? That Z2's magnitude is 1 and Z2's angle is 90 degrees, right? Then 4 into 1 is 4. Theta plus 90 is theta plus 90, right? Right.
Yeah.
So Z1 into Z2, if you call it as W1, what should be this Z2? This Z2 is this complex number, right? Whose
Hmm.
magnitude is 1 and angle is 90 degrees. What exactly is this complex number? Magnitude 1, angle 90 degrees. This exactly is I. Right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What does that mean? Any complex number, if you multiply that with I, okay, what will happen? You will rotate that complex number by 90 degrees. Understood?
Yes, sir.
This concept is very important. Okay. If you multiply a complex number with I, what does that mean? A complex number is 4 comma 30 degrees. You are rotating, you are multiplying with I. That means you are multiplying with 1 comma 90 degrees. So it will become 4 comma 120 degrees, right? You are actually not changing the magnitude. You are only changing the direction. By how much? By 90 degrees. Understood now?
Yes, sir.
You are multiplying by I. What does that mean? It is rotating that complex number by 90 degrees, right? So, for example, by
Yes.
the same logic, this is I. Okay, right? I is this point. If you multiply this again with I, what will happen? This will rotate by 90 degrees. You will get this point, right? Agreed.
Hmm.
This is 90 degrees. Okay, you're multiplying with I. You should rotate by 90 degrees. And you are getting this point. This point is minus 1, which is nothing but our I square. I square equals to minus 1. That's how we got. Okay,
Okay, sir.
understood. So I is what? I is 1 comma 90 degrees, right? And another is 1 comma 90 degrees. If you do I square, what will happen? I into I, which is 1, right? 1 into 1, 90 plus 90 is 180 degrees.
180
1
degrees.
unit, 180 degrees, obviously is this point, minus 1, right?
Hmm.
Understood, no?
Yes, sir.
Agreed. So, and so for example, 180 degrees, you multiply with again 190 degrees. What should happen? We'll get 270 degrees, right? Agree now? What is 270? Obviously, this point, which is minus I. I cube is minus I, that's all. Okay? Another I you will multiply, you will get
Sir,
plus 1.
270 and then 190.
170, 190 will become 1360, which is nothing but 1.
Hmm.
Right now? So that's why I
Yes,
power
sir.
4 equals to 1. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what does this mean? Now the question is this one, uh, W1 is obtained by rotating this one by 90 degrees in the anti-clockwise, right? That means what is W1? I into 5 plus 4I, right? Clear. This is your W1, right? What is this? Minus 4 plus 5I, right?
Hmm.
This point is minus 4 plus 5. Minus 4, 5, right? That is your W1, right?
Yeah.
Agreed. So, by the same logic,
Agreed, sir.
okay, Z2 is obtained, uh, WT is obtained by the rotation of Z2 in the clockwise direction, right? That means W2 into I should be equal to your Z2. It's the opposite, right? If this is WT is obtained by rotating Z2 in the clockwise means Z2 is obtained by rotating W2 in the anti-clockwise, 90 degrees, right?
Hmm.
That means W2, if you multiply with I, you should get Z2, right? That means W2
Yeah.
should be equal to Z2 by I, right? So that's how you will figure out what exactly is W2 also. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Understood. So W2 he figured out. Okay. So W2 equals to Z2 by I. That's what we got now. Okay. So Z2 into -1 into -1 by I. Right? This cancel will be left with I, which is nothing but minus Z2 I. Right? That's what he is saying. Okay. W2 equals to
Okay, sir.
Z2 into minus I. So we have got this one. 5 minus 3I. What is that point? Where is that point? This one, right? 5 minus 3. Somewhere here, right? And W minus W2 you can actually calculate. And you are getting what is this point? Minus 9 and 8. Somewhere here, right? Minus 9 and 8. Okay? That is this
Okay, sir.
point. Minus 9 and 8. Now what exactly is the principal argument? Minus 9 and 8. What exactly is the argument? This one should be this angle, right? This angle. What is that angle? 180 minus tan inverse of understood. Minus 9 and 8. Tan inverse of 8 by 9, right? When this angle is 180 minus tan inverse of 8 by 9. Agree, ma?
Agreed, sir.
Agreed. That's how we got this. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Clear now? So this geometry part is clear now. When you multiply with I, what will happen? You will rotate it by 90 degrees by anti-clockwise direction, right? And you want to rotate
Yeah.
it clockwise direction, you will divide with I. Okay?
So clockwise
Okay,
you should
sir.
divide and then anti-clockwise multiply.
You will multiply, right? That's what you have done now. Okay. See,
Yes, sir.
Z1 if you multiply with I, sorry, this is Z1, you will multiply with I. That means Z1 is rotated anti-clockwise 90 degrees, right?
Yes, sir.
That means Z2 is rotated. This also means Z1 equals to Z2 by I, right? Which also means Z2 is rotated clockwise to get Z1, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, whichever way you look at it. Okay, ma?
Okay, sir.
Okay, next one. Alpha, beta are roots of this equation. Very easy to figure out what are those. Alpha and beta, right?
Yeah.
Minus b plus or minus you can do and figure out what exactly are those alpha and beta. Okay. And what are those alpha beta? With this you figured out that root t into 1 by 2 plus or minus root t I by 2. Right? So what is this one?
Yes, sir.
This is cos 60 plus I sin
Yes,
60.
sir.
Cos 60 plus or minus I sin 60. Right? Now this one De Moivre's theorem, right? Cos 60 plus I sin 60 power 14 will become 14 into whatever your pi by 3, right? You know
Sir,
this
what
formula, no?
theorem?
Cos theta plus I sin theta whole power n. You know this, no? De Moivre's theorem.
Yes, sir.
Cos n theta plus I sin n theta, right? Agree now?
Sir, what theorem is this? I don't
De
know.
Moivre's theorem. You have this in your syllabus or not?
No, sir.
De Moivre's theorem is not there in your. Very strange. It should have it. Just check ma once again. Let me show it
Sir, I don't
once.
remember doing this in complex numbers last year.
Shreyas, is it there? Do you remember doing this De Moivre's theorem?
No, sir.
You don't have De Moivre's theorem.
No, sir. They didn't tell us in school.
Is it strange?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Come, let me.
Sir, can you like tell the theorem once? I don't think
Yes,
so. They
yes,
told the name, but we probably learned the theorem.
yes.
Just tell us.
I'm trying to showcase in a, somewhere and trying to tell you.
Okay,
Just
sir.
give me a minute. Just give me a minute. You have complex numbers in 11th. You have two parts or one part. Only one, right?
Only one part, sir.
Only one part, no? Okay. Let me
Yes,
just.
sir.
Sir, we can't see the screen if you're trying to show it.
Yes, just give me a minute. I think you don't have it in your this thing. Complex numbers. So okay. NCERT syllabus I think is very less when compared to this one. AP syllabus. Okay. No, I think you don't have this one. Okay. So never mind. Okay, I will tell you. Okay. So now let's say there is a complex number Z. Okay. Okay. Let's say there is a complex number Z. Okay, ma. This Z is like, let's say, unit length and angle theta, right? 1 and theta. Understood?
Hmm.
Okay. So this is 1 and theta. Obviously, this point would be cos theta comma sin theta, right?
Cos theta sine. Yeah.
Cos theta comma sin theta. Okay. This point is. Okay. Now, this is Z1 comma 2. So I want to do Z square. What will happen? Tell me. The result would be 1 and 2 theta, right? Theta plus theta, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Yes,
Which
sir.
is nothing but your cos theta plus I sin theta whole square, right? But this z unit length we are calling it as cos theta and sin theta, right? Cos theta plus I sin theta, right? Now
Yes,
z
sir.
square is cos theta plus I sin theta whole square. What you are getting? Again angle 2 theta, right? And unit length 1 only. So this means this has become 2 theta. What is the new point now? It is actually cos 2 theta sin 2 theta, right?
Yes, sir.
Agreed? Z square is actually cos 2 theta sin 2 theta, right? This angle has become, instead of theta, it has become 2 theta. Length is still 1. So what is that point? Cos 2 theta sin 2 theta, right? Now
Right.
if you do z cube, what will happen? Again, still magnitude is 1. This time angle is 3
It
theta,
becomes
right?
3 theta.
So power 3 should be, this is cos 3 theta sin 3 theta, right?
Yes, sir.
Agreed. So similarly, power n should be cos n theta I sin n theta. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood, sir.
Agreed. So now this one we'll write it as, this one is cos 60 plus I sin 60, right? We can write it like this, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So which is nothing but your cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3.
Sir, pi by 3, sir. You put pi by
Pi by
6.
3, pi by 3 whole power 14, right?
Yes,
Which
sir.
is nothing
Yes,
but
sir.
your cos 14 pi by 3 plus I sin 14 pi by 3, right?
Right.
Okay. Similarly, your beta is cos pi by 3 minus I sin pi by 3, right? That becomes
Yeah.
cos 14 pi by 3 minus I sin 14 pi by 3. Okay.
Sine
So,
14 pi.
okay, please be careful. If it is cos, whether you call it as cos theta plus I sin theta or cos theta minus I sin theta, it will still work, because cos theta minus I sin theta, we can write it as cos minus theta plus I sin of minus theta, right? Again, some cos alpha plus I sin alpha only. This is okay.
Okay, sir.
This whole power n is cos power n into minus theta, which is nothing but cos n theta. I sin power n into minus theta, which is minus I sin n theta. So it will apply even in the case of cos theta plus I sin theta and cos theta minus I sin theta. Okay. So, and general
Okay.
mistake people make is they apply this for sin theta plus I cos theta also, which is wrong. Okay. Whole power n,
Oh.
this is not sin n theta plus I cos n theta. Okay. Understood? It will
Sir,
not
why don't
apply
we
here
write like that?
because that is not this one. No, that is not this coordinate. Sin theta and I cos theta is not this coordinate. Okay. So instead, what you have to do in this case, you have to take I common. Okay. You have to take I common. If you take I common, what will happen?
Sir, you get sine theta by I.
Okay. If you take minus I common, what will happen? Or okay, if you take I common, what will happen? If you take I into cos theta minus I sin theta, right? This is I cos theta, I into I minus 1 and minus plus sin theta. Okay. This actually
Okay,
means
sir.
I into cos theta minus I sin theta. Now you can apply. Okay. You can write I power n into this power n cos n theta minus I sin theta. Understood? Understood
Hmm.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is saying alpha power 14 plus beta power 14. This will get cancelled. You will be left with 2 cos 14 pi by 3. Okay.
Okay,
And
sir.
there is this root 2
Okay, sir.
power 14 also. Root 2 power 14 is 2 power 7. Right. That is this 128. And 2 cos 14 pi by 3. What is 14 pi by 3? 12 pi, 12 pi plus 2 pi by 3. 12 plus 2 pi by 3, which is nothing but 4 pi plus 2 pi by 3. Right?
Right.
Which is nothing but cos 2 pi by 3, which is nothing but minus half. That minus half and this one will get cancelled. Will be left with minus 128. Understood?
Yes,
Understood,
sir.
sir.
Clear now? Okay.
Clear, sir.
So we'll stop here. We try doing these problems. Okay, ma? I think we have covered
Sure, sir.
slide 15. Okay, this so you definitely finish and try going further also.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
You can,
Okay,
I
sir.
think you can actually you'll be able to do at least till this slide 22. Okay. Anyway, I'm sharing you this slide. Okay, ma?
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay then. Take care. Tomorrow,
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
same
sir.
Bye,
time,
sir.
Bye,
right?
sir. Have a nice
Tomorrow,
day.
Sir,
same
same
time,
time here tomorrow.
2:30. Okay then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.